Today we're going to see what wines pair with the best Aussie Chinese foods, specifically Mongolian lamb and sweet and sour pork. I'm Jason.
And I'm Trent, and we're from The Wind Up. We're here to provide you an unfiltered, unapologetically unprofessional journey of wine. And we have a saying here.
Our slogan is drink more, try more, learn more. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And so, Trent, what have you been thinking about this week?
So we're going to have some dirty Chinese food today, which is the Mongolian lamb, the sweet and sour pork.
What's dirty Chinese food? What is that?
Like not so good for you, healthy
Okay, got it.
Chinese food. So I thought I'd take along that theme and talk about Chinese wines. I know that you did it in a previous episode talking about CWT in terms of the Chinese wine trial for Penfolds, and want to explore that a bit more. And one is the region that a lot of the wineries are being established in, which is called Ningxia.
Yes.
So Ningxia is in north central China. It's on the base of the Ningxia Helan Mountains. I don't know how you say it.
That doesn't sound Chinese to me, but okay.
Anyway, and it's called the Bordeaux China, or the China's Penfolds. So big growing area there. They've got, started in 1982, it now has about 200 wineries in that area. 38,000 hectares under vine and 60 different varieties that they're growing at the moment.
Wow.
So really very much in its infancy. And I was just looking at some images as well. And it's like amazing in terms of its images there. Glorious mountains at the back, snow-capped peaks, and then the wineries underneath that. So
that looks photoshopped. Wow, it looks amazing over there.
I don't know whether you can trust the Chinese pictures or not, but it is what I see now in terms of Google, and it looks pretty amazing. And as we know with the Chinese there, everything's done at scale. And one of the things I noticed in my recent trip to Hong Kong was with all the Bordeaux and Burgundy wines, there's also another one that also showed up as well, which is called the Shiga Estate. Established in 2017. And they're now producing about 6 million bottles annually with 21,000 hectares under vine and 20 varieties. And the interesting thing there is that it feels that it's still quite, as I say, in its infancy, and they're kind of like throwing all the different grape varieties, trying it, see what works, and then what doesn't work as well. So the ones that do work at the moment is Chardonnay, Malbec, and the Cabernet Grenache.
You pronounced that wrong, I think. Gunshits? Yep.
Which is an evolution of the Carmenere grape variety that I think we see in Chile as well. But the other ones that they're trying now is Marsanne, Gewürztraminer, Sauvignon Blanc, Dunkelfelder, Chenin Blanc, and Syrah. So obviously they're trying all these different wine varieties, taking influence from, they say, Penfolds, Bordeaux, Burgundy as well, and see what works. So watch your space. As I say, I think only like 10 years ago, it's like 100 wineries there. Now there's 200 wineries there. And so we're growing and growing. And obviously with the growth, the evolution, the expertise, they're going to start to establish in terms of what works and what doesn't work as well. So watch this space.
6 million bottles. That's huge.
And obviously with the downturn of the economics with real estate, maybe this is the silver bullet as well in terms of what kind of brings them out of it. Maybe
China's
not.
That's the place, mate. I reckon that's fantastic.
Your thoughts of the week?
My thoughts of the week. I'm going to carry on from a previous episode. You talked about cost of living. It's also expensive. You did part 1 on tips, on how to handle
tips and tricks.
Tips and tricks.
Yeah.
Because it's so expensive to have this wine culture. I'm going to go for part 2. So part 2, I've been thinking about, ever since we've done this podcast, my funds in my wallet have reduced.
Yeah.
And you said it in the previous episode, I keep saying no to more bottles. There's a reason. I've got no dollars. I've got no dollars to spend on it. So I've been thinking about what are the different tips and tricks that we can share with the community on saving money, but still enjoying a bit of wine. And you did part 1. I want to share a bit of part 2. Part 2 to me has 2 factors.
Yeah.
It's all about budget and bargains, double Bs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So budget, I think 2 things, right? If you want to collect wine, if you want to taste wine, you need to know, firstly, what do you want? Because you can go into any store, you can go into Dan's, BWS, etc., if you don't know what you want, you're probably going to come back with 3 or 4 bottles because you're just like, I'm going to try everything.
Or you come back with 0 because you feel overwhelmed.
It's too expensive. So know what you want is my first thing in relation to budget.
Yeah.
The second thing is have a bloody budget because that's what I've noticed.
Yeah.
Your monthly spend can dramatically increase because there's so many different wines out there and so many different sales. So what I've been talking to my wife about is, look, I'm going to stick to $300 a month or something like that. That's my budget. If I exceed that, I'm not going to buy any more wine. So it kind of restricts how much you're spending on.
But what happens if you increase your income though?
If you increase your income, review your budget. That's an okay thing. It hasn't happened for me, but if you get a chance to do that, you can review that. So that's kind of the budget side. If you're thinking about the bargain side, there's probably 3 things I've been thinking about.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of a bargain, I relate it to dating. You don't date the first girl or guy that you're in love with.
So it wasn't love at first sight.
No, have some options. How do you know he or her is good?
Yeah.
Right? Unless you've sampled a few others.
Yeah.
So go around.
Test the market.
Test the market. What is the other distributors out there?
Yeah.
And we talked about this recently. Like, yes, we shop at Dan's. You can go to BWS. Costco is a great example. Costco, I got something for 50% off. Yarra Yering Dry Red No. 1.
Yeah.
Bargain, right? I wouldn't have known that if I kept shopping at the same store. What were you going to say? You were going to say something.
Which distributor did you go to find your wife?
To find my wife, I shopped at different. Don't tell my wife this. I shopped at different places, and I tried. She was the best. Tell her that. That was a good thing. The other thing that's good in terms of bargains is online sales.
Yeah.
I think that's the key thing. It's really easy, and nowadays, just go on Google, look for a good bargain, search it up. What do you want? You want a Yarra Yering, go on Google, and it'll tell you what the best price is. So firstly, search online. They're going to give you a good price there.
Temu?
Temu, do they sell wine?
No, they don't. I feel they're popping up everywhere.
Maybe eventually they'll have the wine in there. But there's something linked to online sales, which is too easy, which is about the apps. There's a lot of cashback apps. And this is my wife. Shopback. This is where she's taught me.
Yeah.
She goes online. She goes on the apps, Shopback, cashback. And when she purchases something, she gets money back.
Wow.
That's a great thing. But you know what?
It feels like some slogan you're going to have there.
What's the slogan?
Shop back, cash back, get money back or something.
It's a good rap. That's the latest rap that we're going to do. But if you're thinking about wine, cashback and shopback actually do the same thing for wine. It's not just about clothes.
Really?
So you can go on shopback and wineback, or wineback, cashback, and get a discount for any wines that you get. So think about that. The third thing for me,
I feel like you got my back.
I've got your back, and you need a shop back. You're going to get 5% discount on that. The third thing for me is about the community. Yeah. And this is where we love what's happened with this podcast because the community, you get to reach out to other people. Other people are in the industry. They've got a lot of connections out there.
Yeah.
And they can offer more discounts. They've got different sellers out there that you can link up with, and they'll give you a discount. Yeah. We bought some Penfolds recently, a 389, bought 3 cases of it.
Yeah.
It was a significant discount, 36% off what the retail price is. But that was only by having a chat with different people. You can do it on social media as well. But that's where the discounts come through. So
it's definitely right. It's just like in work, right? It's not what you know, it's who you know, right? So if you
relationships,
know the right people, you get these great deals that we're starting to see now.
Networks.
Through our social network.
Yeah.
So fantastic. Leverage that. Find out what's there.
That's right. So that's part 2. Part 2, budget and bargains. If anyone's got more tips for us on saving money when buying wine, let us know, because I've got no money in my account right now. Yeah. But let us know and drop your comments in the comments below.
Cool.
And so if we now think about wine of the week, Trent, what have you been drinking?
So what I've been drinking, I explored my stash, and the other day, actually yesterday, I cooked a Scotch fillet steak. And what goes with a steak? A good red wine. And what I have is a 2012 Coteaux de Travers, which is a southern Rhone wine, a Grenache Syrah Mourvèdre blend. It was okay. Bit high in alcohol, 15%.
That's high.
Again, but had those kind of dark berries kind of came through with the Syrah. But for me, it was a bit so-so. 6 out of 10 for me.
Okay. And it's all about our journey. Try more, learn more.
Exactly.
If you don't try, you don't know what's going to be good.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so let's talk about the main content for this episode. And what we have in front of us is some classics, some Aussie Chinese classics, Mongolian lamb and sweet and sour pork with a bit of special fried rice.
Yeah, what's so special about it?
I don't know, but I'm guessing there's a combination of different things.
Something special from the chef, is it?
That's right. But what we want to know today is, what is the best wine to pair with your Aussie Chinese food?
Yeah.
And so that's what we're going to try out today. Trent and I had a challenge for each other. Mongolian lamb, I've been tasked with trying to work out what a good pairing is. You've been tasked with trying to work out what a good pairing is with sweet and sour pork. Yeah. So let's see how we go. And so we probably should start off. I was going to start off with the Mongolian lamb, but I actually think we should go with the whites.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Let's do it.
So let's go with the sweet and sour pork. What did you get for today?
So what I got for today is I was eager to try a Rhone white blend. And I went to my local there, which is Summerhill Summerhill Winery, and asked them, do you have any white Rhones? And said that it's hard to get, and the ones that we do get is how to find good quality. So they offered me this other one, which is this Torbreck one, which is a 2021 Roussanne, Marsanne, Viognier, which is the classic white Rhone blend. So Australian kind of slant on a classic Rhone blend, and see how this goes. So what this means is that for the three kind of varietals in it, the Roussanne provides structure and finesse, Viognier provides the floral lift, and the Marsanne provides the texture and richness as well. So I thought maybe something that's a bit more full-bodied that still has that kind of elevated kind of taste with the floral lift in it might go well with both the Mongolian lamb and also the sweet and sour pork.
Delicious. And you know what? Sweet and sour pork is probably one of my favorites. I've got a mate of mine that lives nearby.
Yeah.
And anytime we go out, we go for the sweet and sour pork. The sweet and sour pork, if you were to describe it, what's the different kind of flavors and textures that you get there?
Sweet, sour, and pork.
Pretty obvious. It's got a batter around it for the fry, so you get a bit of crunch. The meat is in there, which is the pork, nice and tender. But it's all about the sauce to me.
I'm not a fan of it, to be honest.
Really?
I'm not a fan of pineapple.
This is an
food.
Aussie kind of Chinese classic.
I don't go for Hawaiian pizzas. I don't go for pineapples and sweet and sour pork. It's just not my thing.
I think you're missing out. If anyone thinks Trent is on the wrong path, let us know in the comments below.
I think I'm on the right path. Let me know as well.
But the thing about the sweet and sour is it's all about the sauce. I didn't know this until I started making it.
Yeah.
It's the tomato sauce that adds a bit of flavor to it. So tomato sauce with the pineapple, the onion, and the crispiness of the pork. That's what gives you the flavor sensation. So let's give it a try.
Yeah.
Let's look at the wine first, I guess.
Let's do it.
Eyes, nose, mouth. And it's the first time I've had this Torbreck.
Yeah.
Very nice, clear.
So you
kind
like
of
the
wine.
Torbreck Woodcutter Shiraz. Now we're going to try this Woodcutter's Marsanne, Roussanne, Viognier. So let's try this. So again, this is very clear, very pale in its color.
No green in there, actually.
No green,
which is beautiful straw. On the nose, wow, there's a bounty of flavors there. I actually smell a bit of cotton candy in terms of the sweetness. Do you get it?
I get that.
It's quite sweet. And then on the mouth, if we give it a go.
It smells very summery, to be honest. It smells very summery. It's not the citrus fruits, the passion fruits, something a bit more riper as well.
Yeah, summertime is definitely what you get. It's got those fruits. It's got the sweetness. It's got a floral bouquet as well.
Is it summertime madness for you?
It's summertime madness. I really for how much did you get that for?
I think I got this for, actually it has it here, $25. Bargain.
But there's also a bit of acidity, which is quite enjoyable. Okay, we've had the wine on its own. Let's try it with what you seem to hate, which is sweet and sour pork.
Hate's a very strong word, Jason, but
That's right. A bit of crispiness, a bit of sweet and sour flavor.
not for the sweet and sour pork. I don't think for me. Mongolian lamb.
Yeah, the sweet and sour pork. Like there's a sweetness, the texture, the bite of the pork, but the sweetness and then the citrus of the white wine
Yeah.
actually,
I feel it's clashing.
yeah.
It's clashing. I feel maybe with seafood would have been better. But I'm keen to kind of push the boundaries to try and try different things. And for me, the wine by itself, I think it was not bad, but with the food, it kind of detracted from it.
I think the citrus and acidity took away from it. That's what it was. That was
Yeah.
interesting. How was it with the Mongolian lamb? Because I wasn't pairing the two.
Again,
only had
I
the
feel that was overpowered by the Mongolian lamb. It didn't really balance out for me. I know if we're going to jump towards corkscrew ratings.
Yep. As a pairing,
As
not
a
as
pairing,
a wine on its
as
own.
a pairing, like wine by itself, 10 out of 10. As a pairing, 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10 for me. I agree. I think the flavor profile kind of just clashed.
Yeah.
And it didn't work together. Okay, so there we go. Aussie Chinese food. Don't have the Torbreck Woodcutters 2021 white with it. But on its own, it's quite tasty.
It is.
As a pairing, maybe not.
I think seafoods, oysters, prawns, spectacular. Maybe not so much with dirty Chinese.
Dirty Chinese. I like that. All right, let's move on to the next one. So the other wine that we have is a Grenache, and it's the 100 single vineyard from Blewitt Springs in South Australia, and Grenache and Blewitt Springs is a thing,
It is a thing.
and that is why I bought it, because
Remember the holiday, the Yangara?
the Youngara was delicious. We need to have more Blewitt. And that's kind of what enticed me to this.
Yeah.
But also, the challenge was to pair it with a Mongolian lamb. And so, instantly, to be honest, I heard of lamb and I heard of Grenache, and I thought it's got to work well together.
Really?
That savouriness and the
Yeah.
meatiness of the lamb with that berry chocolate earthy flavour of the Grenache, I thought would work.
What about
So-
with sweet and sour pork? Are we doing that as well?
I was only trying to pair it with the Grenache, but we can try. So it's all medium is the Grenache. It's medium body, it's medium acidity, it's medium tannins, and hopefully it's not overpowering everything, but it's got that fruitiness, the strawberry, earthy flavors that will work with it. So let's give this a go. So on the eyes, Grenache is pretty straightforward. It's translucent. It's almost strawberry-like. On the nose, you've had a taste, but on the nose, what are you smelling? Yeah, earth and strawberries is the way. It's pretty straightforward with a Grenache, but it's also delicious. But that smells really good. I got
It
it.
smells good. I'm a big Grenache fan. Grenache, I said to you, is my new Pinot Noir.
Yes, and
Especially Blewitt Springs, McLaren Vale.
Mongolian lamb, for those that don't know, if it's an Aussie Chinese dish, I don't know if they have it everywhere else.
Mongolia.
Mongolia, probably not. My dad's favorite dish: soft, tender, silky beef, bit of vegetables, capsicum, onions, but it's got a mix of flavors, a bit of spice, a bit of sweetness in regards to it, and a bit of heat.
Yeah.
So let's give it a go. Let's see how it goes as a pairing. Trent, you've got a bit in there. I'm gonna.
I had the sweet and sour pork with it.
Okay.
Didn't work. Mongolian lamb now.
Meaty.
Is Mongolian lamb your thing though? Like you mentioned, it's a thing for your dad. But is it something that's also hits the spot for you?
Both of these dishes brings me back to memories of going to Parramatta Westfield with my aunt, getting a $5 plate where you can just order whatever you want on the tray and just filling up the tray with food.
That's me. $5.
Yep.
Smorgasbord, everything you fit into a plate, and then I have the sweet corn soup at the end.
Sweet corn soup. Yes, delicious.
It had far too much corn flour into it, but spectacular. I feel that we're missing some kind of prawn crackers though as well.
That's a typical Aussie Chinese restaurant, right?
I feel the Mongolian lamb with the Grenache is actually not bad. Sweet and sour pork, not so much. Mongolian lamb, yes. I'm going to jump straight to Corkscrew ratings now. 7 out of 10 for me. What about yourself?
As I've been downing it, yeah, that works. I think the Mongolian lamb, I'd actually give it 8 out of 10 as a pairing.
Yeah.
Because I think the savouriness of the lamb and there's a big strawberry hit of the Grenache works quite well.
Yeah.
So there we go. We've tried 2 Aussie classics, Mongolian lamb. I'm saying 8 out of 10. You're
Aussie
saying
classics or Chinese classics?
Aussie Chinese classics. Very important point.
Ch-Aussie.
Ch-Aussie. You're trying to create this new term, Ch-Aussie classics.
Yeah.
Mongolian lamb with the Grenache, I'm giving it 8 out of 10. You've given it
7 out of 10.
Sweet and sour pork with our Torbreck white blend.
Doesn't work.
We're saying, what did we say? We said
6 out of 10 for them. With the Mongolian lamb, also 6 out of 10.
Yeah, so there we go. I didn't think Asian food would pair with a red, but we've proven it wrong. So,
yeah. Maybe beef and black bean sauce would also work as well.
Oh, that's another I just need a spring roll in my mouth. But okay.
That's for another discussion.
That's right. And so as we wind up, Trent, any last thoughts?
Dirty Chinese, try different things. Grenache Mongolian lamb, yes. But I think, there's heaps of other wines we should be trying as well, with all the different kind of Asian cuisines as well. So try more, learn more, drink more.
Absolutely. Let us know, community, any good pairings that you recommend with Aussie Chinese, or what were you calling it?
Ch-Aussie.
Ch-Aussie food. We want to know more. We want to try more. So let's give that a crack. And we're going to say it one more time so everyone gets it. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as we say here, drink more, try more, learn more. Thanks all. Bye.